So remember, part of the formula for the personal injury attorney presentation, the core of the formula is the perceived need relative to the obstacles, or myths, we'll call them myths. In front of the attorney, we'll call them myths, not obstacles. But it's the perceived need relative to the obstacles. Is the perceived need bigger than the obstacles and the service factors? So that's the equation. You have to establish need. That's what the presentation does. It takes it up. It takes the perceived need from where they don't even think they need you, from what's called unconscious incompetence. They don't even know what they don't know. Okay? That's why advertising and publicity does not work, but that's why there's huge opportunity when you know educational sales. So the educational sales program establishes the need, okay? And you always have to do that first, because the natural byproduct is to eliminate the other two categories indirectly without even addressing them, but you still want to address them. If you go in and you start talking about the obstacles or the service factors, that is not going to get you the business. Never lead your marketing with service factors or obstacles. Never lead it with those. Because it doesn't matter. If you don't have, I'm sure you know plenty of businesses that give great service. And you don't have any obstacles to go there. But you're not buying their products or service because there's no perceived need. Perceived need trumps everything. Everything. You need to be highly aware of that formula. Stick to that formula. If they're talking about obstacles or service factors, you need to put everything on hold if you have not done that presentation and you have not gotten them to admit that all those things that's not happening and that they're losing X amount of money. So I cannot say that enough, because so many doctors market with service factors and they wonder why they don't get any business. And that's why there's no perceived need. All right. So this is the third category of the presentation. So the first one is to establish the need. The second one is to eliminate the obstacles. We've identified about 6 common obstacles, or what we call myths. There's, they could say anything. Attorneys say anything. You got to be kind of ready for anything. But we're covering, what's called the 80% rule, all the majors. And then there's about 8 service factors. There's about 8 service factors attorneys want. Now remember, that's only after there's perceived need. So let's walk through these service factors. And you do not want to be talking about them. You do not want to be marketing them until you've established need. Okay? And, by the way, handled obstacles too. Service factors are the third category, and order does matter. You can't go into service factors and then come back and establish need. You got to put service on hold and then go back to need, because then it makes service. They may not even care about the service factors anymore because the need is so high. That's how important this is, that you understand this.